you see a siren or a light, red and blue light, may not be for us, but you just get nervous.
Get in the car. Mama. Get up and get in the car. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Can I just do that for a minute? Can I inhale, exhale?
Hello, hi, hey, and welcome to News on Purpose. I'm your host, Jakara Ann Holman, and today we are going on the Minnesota experience. We're going to take Miss Antina Campbell around the city as she gets to learn the events that have unfolded in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Miss Antina is writing a film called Our Kind, which is inspired by the George Floyd story. Let's take her on this experience. Come on in.
Hi.
Miss Antina.
Yes.
Hi, I am Jakara Ann Holman with News on Purpose.
Hi, Jakara. How are you?
Good. We can't shake hands because of COVID.
But we can elbow, right?
There we go. Are you ready for today?
I'm ready.
So we are going to visit the George Floyd site. We're going to see the city. And also, though this film is inspired by George Floyd, here in Minnesota and in the suburbs, we recently just had another murder by the hands of the Brooklyn Center Police.
Yes.
Next door to Minneapolis. That young man's name was Dante Wright. We're also going to visit the site where he lost his life, as well as the aftermath.
I just kept asking, what's my role? What am I supposed to be doing, God? You know, and the one question that has always come to me as a child, adult life was, why do they hate us so much because of the color of our skin?
Well, that is a phenomenal question to ask, and I think it's going to get even deeper. Are you ready for this ride?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Antina, can I tell you something?
Yes.
Some of these members behind us, I may have served with them. I'm out here. I represent that, and I represent this.
Difficult
Both
spot to
sides
be.
of the fence.
Difficult spot to be.
Do you hate me? Knowing that I wear that uniform?
No. No.
Do you hate them?
No.
Wait, can we listen? Antina, what you're hearing right now. Antina, listen, take it in.
Oh.
What you're hearing right now is the last moments of George Floyd. He cried for his mother.
I'm sorry.
What's going on? Talk to me as to what you're feeling.
I'm gonna cut
This, I just feel there's a numbness in this entire city.
Dante Wright! Dante Wright! Dante Wright!
Some say he shouldn't have ran. What do you think when you hear that? Why did he run? He must have knew he was wrong.
I laugh because are you shooting every young man that runs? Are you killing every young man that runs? And in this climate, you're a black man getting pulled over by a police. Your thoughts is, I'm not going to live. I am not going to see my mother. I am not going to see my child. My life is over.
If I can get out.
Yeah. So some of that is just a natural instinct in this climate, is to run.
Yeah.
But again, are you shooting and killing everybody that runs? And because there's millions, right? Hundreds, maybe not millions, that get pulled over by the police and they're running, or they're doing in their car driving down the highway 5, 10, 20 miles before the police pulls them over and takes their life.
We see those lights. I, as a black woman, when I see those lights, my heart starts to palpitate.
Yeah.
My hands get wet. My palms start to sweat. Whether I did anything wrong or not, I have this tenseness in my body that overcomes me.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, how is this gonna end?
Yeah.
You know, I just wonder, is this really a traffic stop, or is it simply because I'm black? You see that space right there? That used to be the chalk outline of George Floyd's body. That space right there is where Officer Chauvin held his knee on George Floyd's neck. That space right there is what changed America.
From tragedy, love must prevail. Our cry, your tragedy, demands change.
Let me tell you something else about this space. When the incident first happened, every time I would come to this space, I would be fed and nurtured and loved on. And that's what this space also represents now. Community. We are amongst our people in this space. What words come to mind at this moment?
Change, peace. I'm just giving you one word: activate. Activate change, activate peace. His death, as gruesome as it was a sacrifice. We needed a sacrificial lamb.
Now we have another life lost.
A young life.
20. With a son, a father, a son, a brother, you know, cousin, best friend. Young man gone for doing young man things. Driving, playing, acting stupid. Now his life is gone.
I don't feel as angry here as I did at the other site. I will say that. I just feel confirmation here. Confirmation of the film, Our Kind, that deals with racism and hate. And at the end of that film, if you don't get nothing else out of this racist white man and this young 17-year-old black boy with autistic, with Asperger's syndrome and his grandmother, you do get love. There is an inkling of hope that those who hate you because the color of your skin can change. That we must not give up on that. 400 years of slavery, and we still here, we still fighting, we still loving.
Still.
And this just is confirmation that the fight is not over. And it will never be over. We're experiencing a different type of slavery. When you look at his face and the stance that he took when he had that knee in George's neck. It's a day by day, when you get up in the morning looking in that mirror and saying, I am black and I'm proud. My son's life matters, my daughter's life matters, the people I love, life matters. So how do I walk in that with authority and activation? The body is outlined in chalk, but the spirit is still here. It's almost as if George is saying, don't let my death be in vain. And even if it's not to speak out on this, what is your purpose? Don't live your life without purpose.
Well, as his baby girl says, her daddy changed the world.
Yes.
Made a difference. And like you say, by walking in your purpose, we can all make a difference,
Yeah.
right?
Don't complain, activate. I cannot sit at home and complain about what's happening on TV. I have to do something. I just started writing, and it has become this masterpiece with just amazing artists, Starletta DuPois and Kyrell. Our kind is raw. I'm gonna just tell you, it's raw. Raw mean I use nigger. And I can say that because it doesn't bother me. I know who I am. I use phrases in the story where this white man tells this black woman, you know what we used to do to your kind? We'd feed you to the hogs.
Really?
I mean, it's ugly. This white man in the story is very ugly. He uses scriptures from the Bible, Old Testament that is, to justify slavery. But the piece deals with this young 17-year-old autistic Asperger syndrome young man who is an artist. His gift is an artist. So he's drawing, and he's drawing something. We never see what he's drawing to the end of the movie.
So what you mean to tell me is that this young black man saved this man's life and still he can spew hatred towards him?
Yeah.
How deep is that hate? How deep is that
It was
hate
deep.
for him to still hate the brother, that the young man that gave him life?
And the grandmother comes in and really educates him and, and lets him know, my grandson saved your life.
Wow.
And the grandson he doesn't understand racism.
Right.
But at the end of that story, he still goes into that hospital room and still exemplifies love, which is something we as Black people have been doing for 400 years.
Yes.
As Jane Baldwin said, after all that you continue to do to us, we still stay humble. We still strive. We still stay strong. We still love. And that's what I got when we went to the George Floyd site, and I'm so happy. I know you see this big smiles. His spirit was like, do not let my death be in vain. You have a voice. And you have a seat at the table. I need you to use that voice.
Use that voice.
And
Say that.
talk about love.
Yes.
Our kind is about love. And I keep going back to it because that's the only thing that is my quote. In the beginning was the Word. In the beginning was God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word is love, and the Word will always be love. So if our kind can change one heart at a time, then I feel like we've succeeded.